Yeah,
but it still pushes it over. Whoop.
it's too high quality. Welcome back. Um, tonight's session, we pick up in the lands of Barovia. The party recently were rummaging through the burgomaster's house in Valaki. And after finding a attic space where there was all sorts of old furniture, linen, just like household items that it looked like they rotated it through the seasons. Noticed there was a path through the dust and debris to another door across the room. Upon entering this door, the party found what's best to be described as a workshop. A crude workshop with spellbook, other books, parchment. The one thing that really spooked the party was there was 3 little children standing in the corner staring just at the wall. Upon closer inspection, discovered they were just dressed up dolls. In the moment, there was talk of the teleportation circle that Victor had been working on, the burgomaster's son, who's maybe very, very, very early 20s, if 20 years old. There was a rug in the room, and also on top of it, 6 skeletal cats that were animated and kind of just loafing about the room. That Thrud had taken a liking to one of the cats and had a nice conversation with him. While investigating this room and looking at the teleportation circle, there was a smell of smoke in the home within the mansion, and the sound of rustling and what seemed to be 2 people downstairs. So the party darted out and ran away through the back door of the mansion and returned to the Blue Water Inn, where there was a conversation upstairs in one of the rooms you had kind of secured. And some conversation took place. And then Danica came running upstairs in a panic and said, "They're coming for you guys. You need to leave now." Explaining to the party that the townsfolk didn't exactly trust you. They couldn't trust the burgomaster, and from what Danica believed, that there was almost like a panic that this group, this party of like a very, very motley crew of non-humans, essentially, rolled into town, and then everything seemed to go to shit. And Danica said, "You guys need to leave," and kind of gave you guys the heads up to leave. So we pick up tonight's session right at the moment where you guys are bolting out of the second floor of the Blue Water Inn. There is also music, if you're so inclined.
Oh, Sirenscape. I always forget Sirenscape.
Wrecked.
I'm the worst. I am the worst streamer of all time.
Can't even see your camera.
The people can.
I know, what Thrud had told Henry to take point, and I know Thrud and Kane were bringing up the rear. As we're leaving Valaki, Thrud's gonna kind of catch pace with Kane for a minute and double back on the conversation the 2 of them had in the room before Danica appeared.
Okay.
As he's kind of catching up to him, he's gonna kind of give him like a small nudge with his arm, just to get his attention. Kane, I realize we interrupted in our conversation earlier. Going back to the werewolves in Outer Valaki, I'm curious, since none have left here, are you aware of information on any outside of Strahd's domain.
Kane just kind of has that very similar look on his face that Augustus would get when he's working on his potions and when he's deep in thought, and it's kind of reminiscent, um, kind of catches you a little bit off guard. But he explains to you that he's not really 100% sure, but he's heard whisperings in the past of Strahd thinking about expanding his influence if possible.
Kind of getting whatever answer he can, so it's gonna let's pace and bring the rear of the party back up.
Okay. Henry, are you leading this journey, the escape from Valaki?
Yes, I will. Sorry, Henry will take point, and he will start. He'll start running out and start scouting around, making sure to. I'm gonna try to find the safest and hopefully the quickest route for us to escape.
Let me pull this up. Okay. What the heck? Here we go. So here's your map of Valaki. You're basically dead center in here. There was talk of something I do need to mention. There was talk of getting into contact with the werewolves that are to the west of Lake Baratok. And Lake Baratok is west of Lake Zarovich, which is the lake to the north. But I believe that's where the party had decided to head towards to try to get into contact with them. And I think Kane said he would figure out a way to deal with his situation, considering.
Okay, then I will head down and out while they're speaking. And I will try to I'll try to be stealthy about it so I'm not seen. If that's okay.
So are you just leading the whole party out to the south of the Blue Water Inn?
We want to go north and west, right? If we're going to to see the werewolves. So I want to see if there's a back door.
The exit down the stairs of the inn where the rooms are is kind of like a back door itself. It's kind of hidden away from like the main thoroughfare. So
Okay.
like you guys could kind of sneak down there. Is the whole party trying to stealth their way through this?
I think that's
At least
probably the best.
I think when we had wrapped up last week, I think we were already out of the inn. I was under the assumption we were already making our way through town when we wrapped up last week, but I just work here.
I just work here.
But you guys aren't just gonna like run through town. You're gonna try to be sneaky. That's the question.
I feel like I'm at a severe disadvantage trying to sneak, being the massive giant of an orc that I am.
I mean, fair, but I don't know if sprinting straight through town is going to be the play.
I was also under the assumption of the way Danica relayed the information to us is the mob was almost right at the doorstep of the inn to begin with when we were informed of it.
Yeah, she had like seen them coming down the main road to be like, okay.
How tall is the inn?
It's a 2-story. Here,
It's a 2-story, so we're talking like.
let me see. Yeah, it's a 2-story, so it's probably be about
20, 25?
about 35 feet high.
35? Okay.
There's a big angled roof
Okay. I would like to. I'd like to use both of my rabbit hops.
Oh wow, you guys
And
are severely overestimating that. A standard two-story building is 18 to 20 feet.
He doesn't understand. He's doing math. I can show you the map. You can look at it.
I want to use both of my rabbit hops to try to reach. Now they are 10 feet apiece, so if you want me to go 30, I'll use a lightning lunge to get up there.
Well, you kind of look around. And you notice that there's uh, part of the inn itself has a stable that's only like one floor, so you're able to kind of like hop yourself up. You just need to make a acrobatics check for me.
Done.
Acrobatic.
Oh no, that's an 8.
It's not horrible.
Why did I say
Um,
down here? I swear. These aren't spin down, or these are all spin downs.
Yeah, that's the problem. Um, you hop up to the first roof on the stable and you lunge up to the top, but it takes you further than you expect, just in the panic mode. And you fall to the second story roof and take 3 points of damage.
What kind of dice was that?
Don't worry about it, secret.
3 points of damage, you say?
Yes, just from like
For fall damage?
having to, just kind of like in that panic mode and just trying to yourself up. You almost like coast too far, kind of like in Overwatch when Tracer just shoots herself off the cliff.
Oh, it's amazing. Yes. Okay. And I'll try to. Can I see how close this mob is?
Make a. I'm not even gonna bother making a perception check because they're about 50 feet from the actual premises.
Okay.
Like you get up there and you're like, oh shit, and you have to like get down low.
Gotcha. I will go to the edge of the.
And they're coming.
I'll
This
go
is
to the-
this is like you guys need to make a decision because they're like about to roll up on you.
Got it. I'll go to the edge of the building where everybody's coming out, and I'll like whisper yell down to them like, "Come on, hurry up! They're coming! Like we have to go. They're right outside."
Adon, what are you doing?
I'm ready to run. I'm warming my little legs up,
All right.
stretching, getting ready.
Put on his
So-
lightning boots.
You guys are exiting town. If you're trying to kind of snake your way through the town, Henry, if you're leading them, I will let everybody get advantage because you've mapped out the town and kind of walked around and you kind of know alleyways.
Let's go.
The mob, you like from the roof, you count at least 30 people.
Okay. Are we doing like a group stealth?
Yeah, everyone roll stealth
Here we
with
go.
advantage.
Roll well, my friends. It's a 10. Double 4s? What? Thank God Thrud got one. Oh, I need to make one for Shriek.
Yeah, how the hell is the biggest guy here being?
I'll
the
roll
stealthiest one?
2. What is his?
Kane roll 20. A total of 20.
I'm pulling up Shriek stuff right now. Totally
Way to
forgot.
win up me there, Kane.
No, not my profile. Campaigns.
Oh, hold on. In game, I'll just release his character and you can select it.
Oh, beautiful.
There you go.
He has a +0 to stealth. Okay. Very good, very good. Okay, so let's go
Great.
to
Okay, great.
player characters, Shriek. Put him down here. Okay. So Shriek, advantage, stealth.
I'm gonna ask a really dumb question here, Tim, while he's doing that.
Yeah.
Looking at Thrud's skills, what is
18,
the
let's
little
go.
symbol next to stealth, next to dexterity?
That is your armor.
Yep.
So like I have one for Henry, and it gives me disadvantage because I'm wearing heavy armor.
Okay, mine doesn't do anything, so apparently it doesn't mean anything to me.
Oh, very good.
I don't even think you don't even really have armor. You're just using natural. Just going au
Unarmored defense?
naturel.
I don't. I guess so. I was curious as to what it was, since like I remember it was there for Hadron, but it wasn't showing me anything because for some reason my brain registered that I naturally had disadvantage on stealth.
Well, everyone rolled pretty decent. So, you guys make your way through town, and you kind of cut along the back wall where this fence is that they created, the palisades, and you actually go past. If you're heading west, you actually go past the burned church, and you can see that it's almost like the skeleton is there. Like there's some studs that are hanging out, and bits of like stone pillars that are left there. It just looks like you look at it and it looks like a half-eaten carcass, like left in the woods, just decaying. But there's areas in the church where there's ember smoldering, and a little bit of smoke is rising, and you guys kind of just look at that and as you pass by. But you get to the gate to the west. You get to a house, and it's kind of near the gate, and you can see there's 2 guards at the gate. So you guys kind of like stop there, and you kind of hide between a couple houses, and you can see there's 2 guards.
What's in my inventory? What do we have here? What do we have? I will take one of my beats, and I will huck it from the rooftop to, I don't know, far right, to try to get their attention to move away from the gate.
Okay.
-1 beat.
They don't even notice it.
They don't even notice it?
No.
Do they appear to be searching, like in a state of unrest? Like they are.
They are. They're on guard. There's one with like a spear just standing there, and one with like a sword to the side, just kind of like leaning up against the wall, arms crossed, just kind of
I don't mean
hanging
like
out.
on guard as like they're on guard duty. I mean like on guard in the sense of like
Yeah, they're working.
they have been given orders to keep an eye out for us and are actually like.
No.
Okay.
They look like some of the guards you've passed through town, just hanging out, working their shift. It seems.
I'm gonna go to the back of this building, the one that I'm on, whatever one it is, since I've been jumping from building to building. I will attempt to slide down.
Okay.
And when I hit the ground, I'll go around the building and run up to the guards.
Okay. So you're just going straight for him.
Yes. Trying to look like I'm in a panic.
The one guard with the spears kind of looking outside the gates, and the one with the swords kind of arms crossed, leaning up against like the middle of like the gate area, and just kind of like hears your footfalls, and he's like, "Oh hey, what's the rush?"
I'll put my right hand behind my back and cross my fingers, and I'll go, "Okay, there's a ruckus down the road. There's people killing each other. They need help."
Make a deception check.
Ooh, with advantage. Because glove of deception. 18.
Good thing you did roll advantage.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, come on, Philip, let's roll. And the sword guard just kind of turns and walks away and just kind of starts walking down the main pathway towards like, essentially like the Blue Water Inn. And now like the gate's like unmanned.
I'll turn around and look at everybody and just kind of like wave them over.
Okay.
I like.
So they all
I'm
kinda-
glad I didn't kill him because I like his name is Philip.
Kane kind of rolls up and Adon, you just following?
Yeah, just along for the ride.
How's your face?
Oh, it's, you know,
What you'd expect?
yeah, pretty much.
You guys exit through the gate and are now outside on the Old Svalish Road.
All right.
So
we're
you-
west
Out of
side, correct?
Wallachia.
Yeah, here. You are now here.
Perfect.
Whoops. You are now here.
So we need to go north and west. So I propose something like this, maybe? What do you guys think?
Well, we really have no idea where exactly we're going, other than it's west, since we don't have a full map.
Well, did you say that they were near Lake Zorovich?
The party was informed that they are to the west. We don't have the lake he gave us. We don't know that. We are
Okay.
not privy to that.
Because that's the only lake that I see right now, so that's why I was asking. But I guess we're just heading west then.
Yeah, Kane had informed us that they were west, so we decided to head west.
Yeah, northwest of Valaki, more west of Zorovich.
Okay. So do we want to go straight west or do we want to go northwest? Because those are two different options.
That's what Kane said. Or at least that's the knowledge that he has, that I bestowed upon his character.
I will say northwest. What do you two think? Straight west or northwest?
If Kane said northwest, let's go northwest.
Copy
We
that.
don't have any other choices. And at this point, Henry, you're leading the charge. I'm just back here for if anything big decides it wants to sneak up upon us.
Copy that. And I will actively run about 20 to 30 feet in front of the party to try to scout ahead and make sure
Okay.
that everything is safe.
Yeah. Make a perception check as you're kind of leading the charge. So you want to keep an eye out? Decent. Okay. And then okay. Let's see. This. Okay. As you were traveling on the road, it's decently maintained. You can tell that this side of Valaki is more maintained, at least for the roads, and whereas the coming from the east, it seemed more like almost like overgrown, almost like a path in the forest. Where wagons come through once in a while. You can see there's a path, but it's not super straightforward. But heading to the west, the road is very well defined, and there's the thought that perhaps there's obviously more travel than out east. As you're kind of leading the party, Henry, the road comes to an X intersection, with branches to the northwest, northeast, which is where you came from, southwest, and southeast. the lower half of a snapped wooden sign thrust upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in 4 directions, lies in the weeds nearby.
I'll go over and grab it. Take a look at what it says.
You go grab it, and you can tell it's like the top half of the signpost, and it's relatively simple to kind of interpret what it says. So when the 2 parts of the sign are kind of put together and rejoined, the arms indicate Krezik and Solenka Pass to the southwest, Lake Baratok to the northwest, Valaki, where you came from, and Ravenloft to the northeast.
Can you say that the name of the lake again?
Baratok. Baratok.
I'll turn around to the party and say,
And Berez to the southeast.
Perez to the southeast. Berez, just Perez.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perez to southeast. I'll turn around to the party, holding the sign, and I'll say, well, I guess we know what lake we're looking for, and I'll turn the sign around and show them. Or at least there is a lake to the northwest.
Yeah. Kind of seeing Henry with the sign in his hands, pointing at whatever section he's pointing to as he's talking. Throat's gonna kind of just look to Kane out of the corner of his eye. Do any of those ring a bell for where you remember these werewolves being?
Kane just kind of says, yeah, we should probably head towards Lake Baratok. Sounds like that's the area that he kind of like was like, oh yeah. They're like northwest. They're like right in a clearing northwest of the lake, from what he's been told. But it's never been he explains that he was kind of more or less stationed or planted in Valaki, and really spent a lot of his time there as Kane.
Well, sounds like that settles it. To the northwest we go. And I'll head up the fork.
Okay. You kind of look to that road, and you notice it kind of slightly. Most of the road here is level. The road going northwest is slightly inclined, not horribly, but there's definitely a little bit of like an uptick here. You guys travel for a decent amount of time. The trees kind of come and wrap around the road, similarly to other parts of the road that you've traversed in the past. About 30 minutes rolls by. It's technically like midday. It's kind of bright out. The trees that kind of encroach in your space cast shadow from the opaque sky, but it's relatively quiet on this road. He's gonna keep pushing on.
About what time is it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Do you have a feet? Do you have the feet?
No, I do not have keen mind. But is it dark out?
No, it's darker on the road just because of the trees are taller and they kind of cast a shadow.
Okay.
But like, it's not like pitch black by any means. It's you guys left town maybe like midday. You've only been traveling for like an hour tops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Easy. I say push on. What do you guys think?
Fine with me. Do the the trees appear to be like dead or are they full of life, like
Oh
leaves
yeah,
and everything?
yeah. Which is an odd kind of um, opposite of what a lot of this place exudes. It does seem like the trees are thriving, like in terms of like plenty of foliage. Um, there's insects. There's wildlife you've encountered. Um, but yeah, the trees seem full, lush is I guess the proper word.
Okay. I don't think pushing on would be the worst idea. The more space between us and Vlark is better.
Okay.
What about you, Don?
Uh, I'm just here. Yeah, let's go. We need to get out of the woods. You know what they said about the woods.
As long as we stay on the road, we should be fine.
You guys continue along the road, and Adon, are you like in the back of the group or like in the middle?
It's like in the middle.
Okay. Um, Henry and Shriek kind of move forward, and you kind of notice something in a little bit of the mud that's on the ground in a spot that's kind of like a little bit shiny. You find something on the ground.
Oh, hold on. I think I think I see something. I'll bend down, like start brushing the mud away.
Um, it, you look at it, and it's like a little crumpled up piece of paper, a little piece of parchment crumpled up. And you pick it up, and do you pick it up? I shouldn't say that. Is that your
Yeah,
call?
I'll pick it up and I'll like as carefully as I can try to unravel it.
You notice a tongue and teeth. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
Once again.
Baited. It's weird. You open it up, and you see in the bottom corner is very crudely written in a mismatch of capitalized letters and lowercase letters the name Adon. And you look, and there's a picture that you drew when you were a child of your imaginary friend.
Who happens to be a mimic?
Oh, we don't like that.
I
Don't like
I-
this at all.
I think we should get out of here. This place is playing tricks on us.
All right.
You guys push on.
Yeah, I'll ask Adon if everything's okay.
I guess. It's, well, I mean, this is something that is from my childhood. I don't know how it got here. I definitely didn't have it on me. But yeah, let's just keep going and get out of here.
All right.
You guys continue to walk. And you come around a corner, and you notice there's like a T intersection. And as you approach further, oops, wrong button.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's so cool. You look to your right, and there's like another pathway that leads to what seems to be a tower of some sort that's kind of isolated in the middle of this lake. And you can see the water, and you can see it from here. It's probably about a quarter mile away from the main road. Yeah, you guys are like right here.
Well, that's a little ominous. Does anybody think we should take a look?
Alright, what's the worst that happens? We go in and we burn it down again?
Another set of witches, perhaps? Yeah.
You guys heading that way, Don? What do you think?
I mean, I thought they were out in the clearing, not the tower.
I have a question.
Right.
Which one of you has the highest intelligence?
Let's see.
Probably a tie between
Shriek has a
Augustus and I.
17.
You would be correct. So, Adon, I will allow you. You get this almost like pit in your stomach. Something's not adding up. Like there's something that you're forgetting. So I'm gonna let you roll an intelligence check. Okay. Wow. Yeah. +5 your intelligence. No shit.
Dude.
God dang. You take a moment as. Are you guys actually gonna walk that way, or are you just standing there at this point?
I'm just standing there.
Okay. As you guys kind of take a pause, you kind of. There's this moment of inspiration that comes over you, and it harkens back to the tarot reading you had with the Vistani, and you specifically recall them interpreting a card and said, "Look for a wizard's tower on a lake. Let the wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek." Because we're about 13 sessions in, and there have been a lot of stuff you guys have missed, so I gotta kind of give you guys a bone here and there.
Oof.
I also remember, now that I'm thinking about it, we heard a story of a wizard in black robes that came to Barovia to fight Strahd, but he died, supposedly. But wizards, just putting it out there. But I think this may be something that we should go to. I changed my mind.
Mm-mm. Well,
I didn't really care either way.
I mean, it's pretty convincing for me. I'll
I was gonna make a really dumb statement about Thrud, but then I realized that my statement would be so incorrect. And then I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut.
Oh man, I gotta sneeze.
bless you, sir.
I feel it coming on. I can feel it.
I hate that. I will start to bless
That's
you.
the one.
I will start to slowly approach. Again, like 30 feet ahead to see, like, to scout out.
So you're approaching first.
Yes. Bless you, child.
That was the one not needed.
No, you're not.
Warning.
Suddenly,
I'm
you are at the back of the party.
like warding off the demons. Henry and party. You come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs. The thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grassy covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower is old and decrepit, with collapsing scaffolds clinging on to the side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Parked near the base of the tower as you approach, within sight of the entrance, is a barrel-topped wagon splattered with mud.
Tim, can I send you a whisper in Fantasy Grounds?
Right,
/W space
yeah.
DM space whatever you want to do.
I thought it was DM. It said-
sliding into my
I
DMs.
don't know why it did GM instead of DM.
It's GM on here.
Oh,
I'm
my
pretty sure
bad.
it's
I
GM.
thought so.
One of the two. It'll tell you if you're wrong.
Yeah.
Will it? Or we'll just put your message for all to see.
No, it'll tell you if you're wrong. I've done it every time I do it. I do the wrong one first.
There we go. I heard a bloop bloop. So I'm going to share this record with you so you guys can kind of see, and then I'm going to do this. View, sync to client view.
Whoops. Don't want to move you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. There you go. Token movement is unlocked.
Copy that.
This wagon looks familiar. I think it looks like the same one that was in the carnival thing, at the town.
Could I check to see
It's
if
similar in
is...
construction, Adon. Sorry. It's similar in construction, but is not the same.
Except it's not the same.
Can I see if this is Rictavio's wagon?
It's not Rictavio's wagon.
It's similar, but it's not. As you approach, and are you just kind of like looking around the area, the space?
Yes, and I'm trying to be sneaky.
Okay, make a stealth check if you're just trying to like sneak around this wagon.
Yeah, disadvantage is great. Double threes.
Give me 1 second here. Hey, could have been worse. Where are we? Nope, one more. This thing. There's, as you kind of be sneaky, like you kind of step on something and it's like a branch crumples underneath your foot. But you notice on the far side of the tower that's kind of like nestled, like parked in an area where it's not in view if you were like coming to the tower directly, is Rictavio's caravan.
So, like, over...
Yeah.
Yeah. Over... Yeah, I see. I know what you're saying.
It's like parked like this.
Okay.
But this wagon that's closer to you, as you were kind of taking a look in Adon, you as well, and Thrud and Kane and Shriek. Under layers of mud, this wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint. And its wheels have fancy gold trim. A brass lantern hangs from each corner, and red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which is a cheap wooden sign that reads, "Keep out."
So the rest of us kind of come up on the wagon. Can Thrud take a minute, like when somebody kind of gets a little bit ahead of him, to kneel down to see if this wagon has come here recently or if it's been here for a little while?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
I was really hoping for a survival, and never fucking mind.
Hey, yo.
you kneel down, and this wagon itself, um, it's seems like it's been parked here for more than a 10-day, but as you're kind of looking at the pattern through the dirt road beneath your feet, you pick up that there are fresh wagon marks that curl around the tower, maybe a few days old, maybe tops, a couple days.
Since Henry's still a bit further ahead of the party, Thread's gonna kind of just stand up, and as he stands up, he's gonna let out a small whistle to get Adon, Shriek's, and Kane's attention. And as they kind of turn to look at him, he's gonna, "We're not alone here. It's been here for a while, but somebody else has recently traveled through. You need to be on your guard."
All right.
Are you like
I think.
Magnus had to drop out because of his data?
Big thing.
Yeah.
I feel like
He's like, "Oh, shit."
Shriek would try to look in the wagon.
Through the window?
Yeah.
He kind of looks and notice that like the angles he's trying to get at, he can't see because there's the red drapes that cover the window.
There's a door on the wagon, yeah?
Yes, it's the one door on the back that you can see. It's like a double door. That's the front.
That's the front.
And it's got a lock on it, and it says "Keep out."
I don't know. Let me see. I don't think he's got. Man, I wish he did. Doesn't have any lockpick. Shriek in Thrud's mind. Thrud will hear. Would you mind breaking the lock on the back of this carriage?
Still not fully used to hearing people in his head. Throws it in and like look around like, I'm going to go out and I'll even say that it was you, Shriek.
That is correct.
Now, you want me to break the lock on the carriage to whom we don't know who this carriage belongs to?
That is correct. You never know what useful items you could find.
You never know what powerful enemies you can make.
This is also true.
As Thrud approaches the wagon,
Mhm.
does he sense anything through either alert or danger sense?
Let's take a look at the
I
rules.
guess it would be more danger sense than alert.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hmm. What are you trying to sense, I guess, is my question.
So I guess as Thread kind of comes up to whatever side is the back of it and gets a little closer to the door, does it feel, like, he get a tingle of, like, maybe it's trapped or anything, like, something trigger as he approaches the door, like, make it, like, oh.
In this instance, and I think for as far as like danger sense itself, when it relies on like traps or spells that that you can see, you'd probably want to make an investigation check to aid into that, because the danger sense is more of like, it gives you that reaction. It's like that spider tingle that Spider-Man gets. So like somebody shoots a gun at Spider-Man, then he gets the spider tingle. Not like, oh hey, I spider sense that somebody has a gun in their waistband, essentially.
I'll thought I'll like check the. So I'm assuming, looking at what we can see of this on the map, the is no, why? No, okay, no. I guess Thread's not allowed to draw. Is the piece that is between the two lanterns like a? Is it like a roof piece over it? That question makes sense.
What color is it?
The brown piece. So like if you're looking at the wagon.
Oh yeah, it's like a lined piece of wood at like the top, like kind of angled roof of the wagon.
Okay, so there is a roof. It's not just like step, and then it's like step.
Yeah, it's like a covered wagon. Yep, like a
of,
Victorian style. With your roll, as you're kind of looking around, you find it strange.
It's the previous roll. I didn't roll yet. Because
Oh.
I was gonna say, I was trying to figure out like what the layout is here, so I
Yep.
could, like decide where he's gonna look.
Yeah, it's like a covered wagon, and it has like an obvious interior where the
Okay.
door leads into.
Like walking around it and seeing the step, Thread's gonna like look from the step. He's gonna look at the door frame. Pretty much he's gonna want to like check the actual like door frame itself to see if he notices anything off about it. Now I'll
Alright.
roll that check.
Sounds good. It's really well constructed. You don't see anything on the outside that puts you off. Like it just seems like it's like a simple padlock with a sign that says "Keep Out."
I guess not really feeling anything. Thread's just gonna kind of grab a hold of the lock and just.
You'll pull it off.
Yeah.
Friggin' manhandling this thing. He's gonna leave the sign there too.
Yeah.
Oh man. You pull off the lock and you wait for a moment.
Door doesn't move or anything.
Nope.
Just
Padlock is pulled
Oh.
off.
kind of holding onto the padlock still. Thread's just gonna kind of like take that brief moment and then just kind of like toss it to the ground. If there is some sort of handle on this door, he's going to grab it and then figure out if this is like a push or a pull door. He's going to open the door.
Yeah, it pulls out. As you pull it out, your danger sense tingles as the door opens, and you notice there's a fine piece of wire that connects from the inside of the door handle, and you notice, like, too fast, this flask drops. I need you to make... Everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Not everybody.
You notice, and as you grab a glance, Thrud, there's about 100 flasks that are all tied together.
Wow, I want to call so much BS on that fucking die. Like, it literally just stayed on the one and just rotated around the box.
Where is... Oh, I gotta open up this thing. Jesus. Kane, where are you? Constitution. Saving throw. Oh, he rolled a 23. Legend.
Kane all the way over there is still in the...
30 feet.
It was 100 vials.
There's 100 vials of a mysterious substance that ignites. It's basically a wagon bomb.
Not the wagon bomber.
So, who saves? DC was 12.
Henry fails.
So Thrud,
fails.
everybody here fails.
Nope. Shriek passes.
Everyone here fails. Shriek and Kane are not here right now.
Well, okay. I
All
see
of
how
the
you're playing.
individuals that are here tonight.
Right. Yeah. So. Okay. You have to be inside. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to have disadvantage. Threat, I'm sorry. Wouldn't have helped. You take 10d10 fire damage. 42 points of damage to everybody.
To everybody?
Hold on. Can we hold on for a second?
We sure can.
Is Shriek's HP accurate?
Yeah, it is. Shriek is dead.
Dude, guys.
I want to point out, I didn't want anything to do with this.
I didn't want to open the door yet. I wanted Shriek to check the door for traps first.
Hold on, wait. Hold on.
Yes. I'm holding.
Oh my god.
Hold on. What just happened?
TBK for wagon bomb.
Thread works.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Thread works.
Hold on.
Okay.
As a reaction.
Oh my god.
Oh. This won't save him. It'll save me. I'll be fine. I'm gonna cast Absorb Elements as a reaction.
Oh, tell me there's something in here that'll save you, buddy.
What's up, dude? Oh, thanks, buddy.
He's saving us.
Oh. Love you. So.
I love that.
42 points is 21, right?
Halved, yes.
He's not dead.
No,
So
he
that's a
would be
good thing.
dead. It's twice his health. It's more than twice his health.
Well, he's saved, so he gets half damage. You're right. So he is unconscious.
Oh, thank fuck.
Everybody's unconscious but Thrud, who got blown on his ass.
Wait, hold on. What? But absorb. I absorb the
yes.
element.
Okay, hold on. We're absorbing. Hold on. All right.
Would Shriek be fast enough to cast false life on himself while this is falling?
Unless he has a
Self-life is touch, not self.
It is
right?
no, it's self.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay, so you take half damage, Adon, with your resistance.
Okay.
So that helps as a reaction. Okay, Shriek, you're trying to do what, Pat?
Would he be fast enough to see these vials fall and cast false life on himself?
From his angle, because he was looking into the window and Estar was working on it, he wouldn't be able to see what was going on. It was one of those things where Thread opens the door and it's like, oh, boom, essentially.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So I still Tim's TPK out from under him.
This is what it sounds like.
Silence.
There you go. There's the sound effect for that.
Oh man, tell me you have a way to heal us at least 1 point apiece.
Well, Adon's good. Adon's up.
That's what I'm
Fine.
saying.
Yeah, screw you guys. I didn't. That wasn't my idea.
Oh, okay, cool. We're just gonna. That's fine.
I'll go talk to the dude. I don't care.
So you got 21. So Henry's down and Kane is down.
What is that? 40
And Shriek's down.
45 total points. 21 points.
How far has Thrud been thrown?
Just like 5 feet on your ass.
Oh, okay. Kind of, taking a minute after getting flung off of the back end of this thing. So I was gonna like lay there for a second, just eyes wide, like, what the hell? Ears ringing. He's gonna kind of like stand up hazily and like looking around. As he kind of comes up, he's gonna grab his battle axe and like flip it around and drop the head of it into the ground to hold himself up. He's gonna just like, seeing everybody else laying there except for Adon, he's gonna like kind of walk over to whoever is closest to him.
Henry is face down about 10 feet away from you, on fire. Part of the fur that was on like his left side is totally singed off, and his ear is just, the tip of it's just totally melted off.
Yeah, there's effectively 60 seconds that we have before Shriek and Henry die.
Yes.
Kind of seeing Henry laying there, Throd's gonna make his way to him, and not so much attempting to harm him. He's going to kind of, with how big his hand is, he's gonna kind of reach down, and whatever part is on fire, he's gonna kind of like try to like smack it out. If that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
And as he does, he's gonna like, kind of just let his hand slide down to his neck to check for a pulse quick.
Very, very faint, but it's like buh, buh, buh,
Kind of
buh.
one-handedly like throwing Henry over. Thrud is going to do his best of what CPR or whatever he can think of in the moment.
Okay. Make a medicine check.
14.
Okay. You stabilize him. He doesn't have to make death saving throws, but he is still unconscious and at 0 hit points.
Kind of feeling his heartbeat like level. Thread's gonna kind of just, I guess, step is the term I'll use to move towards Shriek, because I'm assuming they're kind of like next-ish to each other.
Yeah, you kind of stumble over, and you kind of see Shriek's cape is like totally like burned off. There's glass shards in his face. Part of the feathers are totally singed off, and he's just like lying on his back, just sprawled out.
Not really super familiar with his race's anatomy. Thread's gonna kind of just guesstimate where a pulse would be and check for one.
I mean, if you want to try to stabilize him while checking at the same time, you can make a medicine check.
Come on.
13.
You're trying to kind of figure out where to check. It's tough for you. Adon, what are you doing? You're like knocked on your ass too, just from the sound wave itself and a little bit of the fire. Like, you've had this happen before.
Oh.
Just from tinkering with stuff you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. The elements that I've absorbed, I'll kind of stumble my way out, and I'll release them into the ground to get rid of all that energy.
Yep.
And I'll be like standing watching Thrud, like in a daze watching Thrud try to do what he's doing. And it's just Henry down, or or Henry, or who? Sorry, who's?
Shriek. Henry is stabilized, needs to make saving throws. Shriek is about to die.
Well, if
Kane is to your right, face down, and you don't. He's just face down on the ground, actually on his back because he got
I'll go.
blown back like you did.
I'll go check on him. I'll
You
I'll do a little stumble, run over.
you stumble and you see as you approach him, you look down, and in his face is a piece of wood that's about the size of a 4x4 that's lodged into his face.
My guy's missing half a face.
Well, I guess I better get that out. I'm gonna try to like sit on the ground, put my feet against his head, and try to pull it out of him.
Like the biggest splinter in the world.
Yep.
It takes you a moment, but you pull it out and you see like just what looks to be like just hamburger. And you're sitting there like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And then you start to see the skin start to kind of grow back over itself. And he's still unconscious, but he goes, and he starts, similarly to your battle with the vampires, it's like that, where there's a strange, like, growth over his wound.
I'll pat him on the back. You'll be all right, and I'll run over to Shriek.
Okay.
What do you want me to start doing?
I need you to make one death saving throw for Shriek in the time period it took them to kind of like do their movements on Henry and
No.
and Kane. So
About
one
Henry.
death saving throw failure. You're stabilized. You're good. You
I
have
still need
0
to
hit
make-
point.
I still need to make death saving throws though.
You do not. He rolled a medicine check to stabilize you.
Okay, so I'm at 0 hit points.
So you're at 0 hit points. You're stabilized, which means you're very rough. Like the fire's out, which is a big thing that wasn't helping you. And him patting you kind of like restarted, kind of sent a jolt in your heart.
Spicy fingers.
But Thrud attempted to do the same with Shriek and failed.
Thrud, can you not do anything about this?
I'm not very familiar with bird people anatomy. I mean, we're lucky I know what way is up and what way is down.
Fine. I can fix this. I will cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level because that's all I've got left.
On Shriek?
Yeah,
What do you mean it's all you got left?
that's the only spell
Oh,
slot I have left.
fair. Shriek kind of just good.
How much?
Oh,
Roll.
Sorry.
This is my brother's character. I cannot kill him.
Yes, you can. He'll be
All right,
fine.
that's my job.
Wait, how? Okay, I am targeting him. Oh, I gotta roll one. Well, I gotta roll one more d8 because 2nd level +2,
So
14 total.
okay, thank God.
Why in the hell was that one dice yellow and green and your other one was your normal color?
That's a great question, and I don't know the answer to that.
You can set your dice different colors for spells, and it might just be a default.
We were about to have words there, JD. That was the ugliest color combo ever.
Oh, I didn't do it.
So everybody's either stable or up.
I just watching Adon re-jolt Shriek back here Thrud would like to grab his water skin if it is still intact. And he would like to grab the common clothes he has in his bag.
Okay.
And head back over to Henry.
All right.
Is my water skin still intact?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of seeing Henry still knocked out, Thrud is going to grab the clothes and he's going to kind of start ripping them into massive strips. And seeing just kind of like visualizing where the worst burns are, Thrud's going to kind of water the strips down. He's going to like tie them over these spots on Henry.
Shriek is absolutely going to cast False Life on himself.
Understood.
So 5 points of temporary.
Kane kind of stumbles over to Henry's body, kind of like taking a moment as you guys are trying to bring up Shriek. And he opens up his elixir and pours it into your mouth. And it's essentially... where is it? Healing. 2d4 plus his intelligence, so 2d4 plus 5. Ooh! You got a max roll on that for you, Henry, so 13 points. Yep.
25 points of damage. Jesus.
So you are all alert, stable.
So, now that you guys are done screwing around, what's the play?
Well, Henry's still laying down.
Taking a nap?
You'll just hear him come back and... And he'll just stay lying on his back for a moment, now getting hit with all of the pain from what would be 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah, your right ear, it's not looking so hot. Like, you kind of feel your head, and you can feel where there's this little bald spot right now, and then your ear's about 3/4 of what it used to be on your right side.
I'm gonna try to stand up slowly.
Okay. Easy enough. The wagon's just kind of like just smoldering ashes, and as you kind of place your hand down on the ground to stand up, Henry, you notice something by your hand. It's a map. Piece of paper. It's rather large, and the corner of it's on fire right now.
I'll try to like shakily put it out.
It's not too hard. You kind of like use the energy you have to kind of just pat it out.
What do I see?
You can see that it's like a folded piece of parchment. It's like folded up, almost like a amusement park pamphlet. And you could tell one side of it has like forests and trees, and there's a road, but you can't really 100% tell totally what it is, but you knew it was a map.
I'll just hold it up, and I'll say, I don't know how this survived. And I'll try to hand it to whoever's closest.
I think it's gonna be either me or Kane.
I'll hand it to you, Thread.
I was gonna kind of go ahead.
Shriek is while this is happening. Shriek, now that he's back to life, he's gonna act like nothing happened, and he's gonna go into the cart, or what remains of the cart, and see what's there.
Okay.
He will.
steps into where the cart used to be.
Oh God.
It's like totally like blown out. Like there's like half of a wheel left, and it's almost crater like in the ground there. It's like ground zero essentially.
In everyone's head, they'll hear Shriek say, "Don't worry about me. I've had brushes with death before. It's nothing new."
Fred's gonna be taking whatever this piece of parchment is, since he's not aware of it at this opportunity, from Henry as he hears Shriek in his head. Yeah, you're not the only one there, bird boy. And he's gonna kind of like whoosh, look at what this piece of paper is that Henry has handed him.
You take a moment and unfold it out, and you immediately know what it is. It's a full map of Barovia, or what you assume to be the full map,
Well, it's a map.
with like details and roads.
Whoever had this, they were very meticulous about keeping track of every little detail of the area.
There's
But
a there's a spot like right in the middle where it was folded up into a corner, and the corner is like burned. So when you open it up, there's just a spot in the middle of the map that's like burned away.
um, but we seem to have a map of the whole area, and Fred's gonna kind of like stick his finger through the hole. And that is rather unfortunate.
Henry's gonna go down to one knee and just kind of breathe, try to find his life for a second.
Mm-hmm. I hope you texted Rob that he almost died. Like, bro, I know you're having fun with Mickey Mouse right now, but homie.
Where's Rob? Where are you? Where's Rob?
You all kind of take a moment to breathe a bit.
Oh, can we take a short rest? Is that possible? Or like,
if you'd like to, like, do whatever you want to.
I would appreciate that very much.
You guys want to take like an hour or so to kind of like patch yourselves up and kind of take a breather?
I'm gonna go to the closest like covered area to try to get myself to a safe spot.
You look at the tower and it's like stone and just goes straight up. So there's not like a overhanging roof, but along the one side where Rictavio's wagon is, there's like scaffolding that's there. So it's like um, there's space underneath where you could like kind of like huddle under to rest.
Yeah, I just want to be like out of eyesight.
Well, like when you look where you guys are at right now and you look around, it is like there's a whole lake on the other side of this like swampy area, like this swamp marsh, and then the other side is like just one straight uh pathway road that leads back to the main old Svalich road. Like it's a small. This is like a small area. This map here for the tower here is like mainly like this is mainly the amount of space it is. This island is rather small. Maybe kind of covers like this.
I'm gonna roll my hit dice.
Yeah. Well, what we can do is we can roll our hit dice and then we'll take like a 15-minute break and then come back at like 8:10. And then kind of pick up where we left off. If you guys want to like repair yourselves. Kane is going to do the same though. He's got
Okay. 2.
Oh, okay. 2.
That's a
Okay.
bit better.
Yeah, we'll roll hit dice to heal up, and we'll see you guys back here. How long? 15 minute?
Yeah, we'll come back at like 8:10 or something.
Yeah. But let's make it quarter after.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, we'll see you guys in 15 minutes.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Um, so, um, Henry, you and a couple other people kind of huddle up underneath the scaffolding. You guys take a short rest to kind of patch up wounds. Kind of, uh, I think. I think. Give me a second here. I think this is actually interesting. Let's see here. Da, 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 da.
This man literally wait for me to get back just to go. Go
He's
get
like,
this
you know what?
stuff.
So, I'm out of here. Um. Oh, I didn't create that item for him. Oh, here it is. Duh. I'm looking for his. Ooh, this is perfect. You see Kane pull something out of his bag, and it's his cup that he uses from time to time, and he sets the dial on a symbol that you can't really make out, but then he starts scooping something out and starts uh, applying it to Thrud, and it's lotion to help. He kind of has a cup full of lotion that he's going to use during your guys' short rest to kind of cool the burn. It's like an aloe, lavender kind of mix. It smells good, but the cooling relief you get from it is takes over the awkwardness of Kane applying lotion to your guys' bodies.
Ain't putting
Um,
cream on my body. I don't know how I feel uncomfortable.
so yeah, he hooks you guys up with some lotion.
I now need to ask because this thought just occurred to me. Does Thrud hear any movement in his backpack?
For what? Should I be concerned?
Spot was in there.
Oh yeah. Your backpack's on your back. You got blasts on the front, my guy.
Yeah, I know. Thus, I would have landed on my back.
Nah. I'm not gonna kill your cat one session in. That'd be rude.
You know what? I would accept it.
No. But you guys do have a minute to kind of patch your wounds, keep your eye out. It's still decently daylight out right now. You guys are good, like for the time being. You didn't want to use any more hit dice thread or any at all for your rest.
I used 2 of them.
Okay.
4.
Oh,
Out of curiosity, since I believe Thrud is the first person we've had to like fully use ritual spells, could I use speak with animals and then beast sense like one after the other, or how does that work with like ritual spells? Is there like that limitation on them of like one at a time, or like how does that work?
how long? So you would take. Well, speak with animal. Well, it's a.
Because they don't have a duration is 10 minutes on speak with animals, but beast sense does not have one.
What did you get? Speak with animals from Spirit Seeker,
No.
or is it from your?
It's something with my
Your totem, I think.
I was literally just looking at it.
Hold on. It's in here somewhere.
I swear to God, I literally was just looking at where I got it from.
It's Spirit Seeker.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you do. So
Just so I know for like the
well,
future.
here's the thing. So you could cast Speak with Animals. It would last for 10 minutes, but the 10-minute, like if you were
Would
trying
take
to
the time
then.
for the other ritual. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
I got it. So theoretically, I could do beast sense. No, I could not. Okay, so it literally is still just one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that answers my question.
That's
Okay.
pretty cool though. Adon, what are you doing? Anything? Or just taking a breather?
I'm still resting.
I heard a message.
Break loose.
I will be. Once I'm finished resting, and I've gotten myself.
You got lotion on your body from Kane's cup.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yep.
I
Didn't
will.
want you to miss that.
I'll slowly get myself up and. Oh shit! Oh. Drop my cookie.
This is a PG rated stream, please.
Are the rest of us aware of the other wagon now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind of sitting there since we're relaxing anyway. Bud is going to start ritually casting beast hunts after they sit down, and Spot's going to kind of just pop out of his backpack and just jump down. I want him to go investigate the other wagon
Okay.
first. That's one thing I want to do. So I will. Is he able to get into the wagon from like the window or anything?
There's the door is still chained up on the back of that other wagon, like way better chained than the other one. Like it's not just a padlock. This is like chained up, like it's harboring a freaking demon.
Wait a minute.
And then, what's up?
Did Spot get hit by the explosion?
So Spot was in Thrud's backpack, and I wasn't gonna be an asshole and squish Thrud
Okay.
or squish
Spot.
I did
yeah.
tell him what I would have accepted if he did, because I asked the same question. I came back and I went, "Uh-oh."
I was just as soon as he said, I was like, "Oh no!"
I think that's not very nice.
Yeah, it's
for
like
me to
the
do.
sprinkle syndrome.
Oh no. Yeah. So, sprinkle syndrome. What do you mean?
Oh, you're not that far in campaign 2.
You're telling me her weasel died right now?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay.
Negative.
You gotta. Spot has plot armor right now, so leave him alone.
Oh, that's incredible. He will outlive us all.
Spot's already dead. You can't kill that. What is dead?
It's true.
Your campaign says otherwise, Russell.
But Spot hops up on the wagon. You can see that the back of the door is still locked, similarly as it was in the stockyard in Valaki. There's a little lip, like a little ledge on where the window is on the side, and that also has wood kind of boarded up over on the inside. There's no glass.
Seeing that I can't really do anything, I would. So can I like tell him what to do while I'm in beast sense? It doesn't say I can, but it doesn't say I can't. Oh, I got up.
I apologize.
Voice in the sky had
Sarah was making sounds out there, and I wasn't sure if she was laughing or crying, so I got worried.
Well, she just sent me a Snapchat, so.
Is it funny? She's laughing.
I don't know.
I mean, I would allow you to kind of give him direction. I don't think you would totally take over control of what he's doing and where he's going. You're kind of just observing what.
So I can kind of like give him
at.
like suggestions.
Just when you first sent him off, you're like, you.
Okay, so I'll ask the question like this. So, I pictured it as like Thrud whispering to Spot in his backpack at first before he's casting, like, "Hey, go check out the wagon." And then I was curious as to, like, once the spell is cast and I'm in there, could I be like, "Hey, can you do this other thing quick for me?" If that makes sense. Like, could I like mentally suggest like something I would like him to do, not necessarily asking him to like fully do it?
I would say no.
Okay.
He'd return pretty quick.
Okay.
For you to. He's not that far away. You could scream it if you wanted to.
Well, while I am in beast sense, I am blinded and deafened, so I'm under the assumption like
you're not muted.
I don't. I feel like it would be. Fun has already been made fun of for talking to this cat. So I wasn't sure like how it would work fully since this is the first I've used this particular magic.
Yeah, so like B sense, you can give him a command. I would the thought is you'd say like, hey, go take a look, go take a look at that wagon for me,
Hmm.
and then he would take off, and then you would have your B sense up, and then you just see what he's doing,
So
kind of like accessing his camera.
So what I'm curious of is while I still have it active and I'm perceiving everything through him, can I still give him like
No,
a command? Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Since it doesn't say yes or no, that's what I was trying to find out.
no.
Thrud's deafened, so like he tries to talk to us and he's just shouting everything.
What's going on? He's screaming.
He found an axe.
Once,
There's a dead body.
Once Spot is done, he kind of comes back over. Thread's gonna kind of just come back to.
Okay.
Well, we are not getting in that one.
Why do you say that?
It is locked down tighter than anything even the Lord's Alliance has access to.
What? No padlock on the back of that one.
Henry, my boy, there's more chains on that than I think we've seen in any fishing dock we've been through.
Right. Oh, well. Whoever's here definitely knows we're here.
And if they don't, that's even more terrifying.
What's terrifying is how they'll see me. And I'll walk up to the door of the tower and I'll just give it a good knock.
So, you walk up to the tower, and just to give you a visualization, this is what you see. This is the door. The tower is made of iron with no visible handles or hinges. In the middle of a door is a large embossed symbol, a connected series of lines with 8 stick figures set around it. Carved into the lintel above the door is a word, Kazan. K. I'm just going to write it in the chat. There we go.
So, what do we do?
Well, I knocked on it.
You knocked on it?
Yeah.
You go to knock on it. Suddenly, let me get my thing. Let me get my thing. Where is it?
Oh God, fireball.
Wow. There's this burst of electrical energy that totally envelops the whole tower itself. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Henry. What's your armor made of?
Oh God. It is chainmail.
With disadvantage.
Do I get advantage on it because I can harness lightning?
Ooh. All right.
So it'd be
Now
just a
we're-
straight roll?
Now we're playing D&D, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yes. I will grant you that. That tracks.
Straight roll. Here we go. Oh, baby. Come on. Oh, God. At least it wasn't the one.
I'm not gonna lie,
Um,
I almost said it'd show me a nat 1, and I'm so glad those words waited to come out of my mouth.
It's still a fail.
so you take 4d10.
Oh god.
25 points of damage.
Right back where I started.
And it's like you just see like that cartoony, like his body turns black and you see a skeleton for a second.
I was just gonna say other ear is now black.
End up seeing Henry take like that electric shock of just stiff it up and start to fall through. It's gonna like and start running over and try to catch him before he hits the ground.
As I'm falling, I'm just gonna shout the door that's above the words. So I'm just gonna shout, Kazan! Does anything happen?
You're just shouting.
Yeah, just shouting the word Kazan. It's written over the door.
Nothing occurs.
Oh god.
Unfortunately.
Do I catch him before he falls?
Yeah, I'll allow
okay.
it. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Don't worry, I'll catch you, buddy.
Captain,
Don't speak.
this
Save your breath.
is the worst day I've had in a long time.
Sweet friends.
Poor guy.
Lay me under the tree.
Out of bed of roses.
Remember
Better than
me.
getting run over by the lawnmower.
Oh my god.
Rod would like to look at the door.
Okay.
Does he notice anything special about it, I guess?
Make an investigation check.
Give me another nat 20.
I was gonna say best I can do is a 1.
I was like, dude, oh my god. You get the something about this brass symbol. You just get the feeling that there's something about it that's important. Everything else seems like it's like the edges. You don't touch it. The edges are all sealed. It's completely solid.
I'm gonna push him out of the way.
Well,
Yes,
you try.
I want to watch you push
You
this
try.
fucking 6'5", 220-pound giant orc out of the way.
I'm gonna push him into the door.
I'm gonna grab Thrud and I'm gonna grab the door and we're just gonna
Just make a conduit.
I just picture like in this moment, Adon is very much that meme of the cartoon Avengers of Thanos just picking Thor up. If I can't hit you with the hammer or hit you with the hammer, I'll just hit the hammer with you. Just
Yes.
imagine Thrud in the door.
Oh god.
Adon, what are you doing?
Just move. Just go over there.
You know you can ask nicely.
Okay.
The ground
I-
says.
I'll start like tracing my finger along this line, and it looks like a dance or something. I think we have to follow what it says to do here. So
I can't read glyphs.
that's all right. I think it goes in this direction, and I'll stand in front of the door, put my arms out with my hands up, and then, oh, this is gonna be tough. Then I'm gonna drop my left hand down, then I'm gonna straighten them both out, and I'm gonna shake it all about. Then I'm gonna put both my hands down, and put both my hands up, and then my right hand's gonna go back down. My hands are gonna go straight out again, and then both my hands go back down.
Being like full on cactuar on us.
Dude, straight up.
Look like a pseudo wudo out here.
Not the pseudo wudo.
At least Tim got my reference. I appreciate you, Tim.
Mm-hmm. Somebody has to. And the door kind of clicks in and opens inward.
Well, that's new.
All right, Henry, you first.
All right.
Thud's still holding on to Henry, feeling him start to move. He's just gonna kind of like grasp onto him a little bit harder. You're not moving anywhere.
All right.
And at this moment, Thud is gonna just walk up behind Adon and just push, kick him in.
Oh, okay. I guess I can go first. Just like my head in.
Okay.
Hello?
You look inside. There's a tattered curtain and there's like this small, like 5-foot squared vestibule. But there's like a cloth that's like draped 5 foot inside.
Excuse us. We were told to come here.
I'm crippled and I need assistance.
It's
He's always been that way. Well, I
silence.
think he must be upstairs. I'll just walk on through. Well, I'm gonna be very careful about how I walk on through. Nothing's gonna zap me or blow me up or drown me. Something. I don't know what's gonna happen.
With the door open, I'm gonna shout Kazan again.
It's strange. After you say Kazan, you sit there for a moment. You look around. Nothing happens.
That is strange.
In this moment, Thrud would like to walk through the door. I am curious to see if this is just a door that only lets those who do the dance through.
You going through the door?
Attempting to. I'm curious to see if there's like a magic that only stops.
No, you're good. It's open. You go through. No
Still
issues.
holding on to Henry, just kind of like.
Just dragging him along by his feet.
Just holding on to the last year. He's got just.
Oh, God.
Adon, are you going into like the main room of the tower? The first floor of the tower, like past that curtain?
Yes.
Okay, well move your dude over here so I know what's going on.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot that was a thing. Okay, I'm in.
It's open. So you enter into this room and it's there's a flagstone floor. It's strewn with debris. There's a few old crates that stand near the east wall. A 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the rotted wood ceiling. Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay statues.
This looks like an elevator to me.
Maybe you should dance again.
I'll stand on the plate.
Okay.
What was that word again, Henry?
Kazan.
I'll look around feverishly and say Kazan. Kazan.
Nothing.
Yeah. Well, worth a try.
I think that's his name, or their name. I don't know.
Like an address? Like you just put your name on the front of the. Okay.
Probably.
Coming in, still holding on to Henry, and seeing these giant statues, Thrud's gonna kind of like look at them. Are they all facing like the same direction, or? So
they're facing inward, holding the chains.
Okay, so they're facing in towards where Don is currently standing.
Yep.
Okay.
Shriek is going to cast invisibility on himself,
Okay.
and he is going to enter in with them.
Over there.
So he is now invisible. He is going to say to everyone. He is going to say to everyone, to keep myself safe, I have cast a shadow over myself. You will not be able to see me, but I am still here.
All right. I had the first one. Who's got the second one?
The first one?
The first puzzle to get in here. You-
Oh, right. What way are the statues facing?
Inward towards Adon right now.
All four of them?
Mm-hmm.
Captain, can
Yes.
can you try to turn one of the statues?
Well, I would, Henry, but holding the chain.
Right.
Is there anything on the statues, like on the base or on their chests or heads or anything?
It's an ornate clay like armor, like, but nothing jumps out at you as being pertinent to the situation. This looks like a very nice set of armor, but it's like a clay statue.
Holding the chains.
What about up above on the ceiling where like the pulley's attached?
Upstairs, like in the roof,
Yeah, the
it
ceiling
just
of the
kind of
chamber.
continues to go up. It's hard to see because it's a little bit darker up there. Um, a moment passes by as you guys are talking, and one of the clay golems moves. He removes his hand off of it, looks at you, Adon, and goes and points up and puts his hand back on the chain.
I just looked up there. Uh, do I have to climb it? I don't know.
Have you just tried asking it to go up?
Can, can you take me up there? You know,
It starts.
Thread, sometimes being stupid helps.
It's not
It's
that stupid. I want to point out. Standing there holding Henry still, Fred's gonna watch it like a Don, like slowly going up, and he's just gonna go, "Huh? I really didn't think that was gonna work."
it is a rough ride, Adon, to the next floor. Um, let's see. You continue to head up, and it's you come up to the second floor, and this room is totally empty. And as you're still riding this thing, as it's still going up, this room's empty except for like this giant like busted hole in the floor. There's dust and cobwebs that fill the room. Uh, it's doesn't look like there's anything there, and the lift is still going. Um, you crest into the third floor, and you notice that time and the elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in the northwest wall and a slimy black mildew on the walls. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in places. Um, the lift is still pulling you up. Um, at a certain point, you start to crest into the fourth floor. Um, Unlike the levels below Adon, this room shows signs of recent habitation, and although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair. There's bright tapestries and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters through the arrow slits as well as through dirt caked windows with broken shutters. Other features of this room include a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are the pulleys around which hang iron chains that support the tower's elevator platform. It comes to a stop, and sitting at the desk is Rictavio, and he kind of lowers his glasses and he's like, "Hello." Sets him on the desk.
Uh, Good evening, I think. Uh,
I heard you coming.
yeah, the people I travel with, I'll put it that way, they're not the brightest. They like to steal things, and I think they were punished, rightfully so. Uh,
Okay.
sorry about
Curiosity. Cat.
your cart that we blew up, but uh, we've heard that. Can I let them up? By the way,
Oh,
this
that's
conversation would
fine.
be much better if I.
Um, uh, as you kind of ask that, there's like a drip of water like on the side of your face.
Uh, excuse me. I'll look up.
Um, let me pull this up here. Um, you just notice that in the roof of the ceiling is this like cracked a bit. Sorry, if I can close out of my window. Um, it's cracked a bit, and there's a bit of like water that's kind of dripping down. It just kind of like catches you off guard. Kind of like fire. We had electricity. What's next? But yeah, you step off the platform, and the platform begins to descend. Um, who's staying down on the first floor, and who's coming up? I know that Shriek said he was going to stay down there for now.
That is correct. Shriek is going to stay down there, and he'll let everybody know that via brain.
Thrud will go up.
Henry will also go up.
Yeah, you're goddamn right you are. I'm still holding you.
Okay.
All right.
Kane's still stuck outside, so it's fine. So you two come up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I know it's a little late to ask this question too, but we've been traveling in the daylight. Has that affected him at all?
Not one bit. You notice that in the daytime, there's like 100% cloud cover the whole time you've been here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like specifically because of that.
Stepping out of the platform, still holding onto Henry. Thread's gonna just kind of not sure which of these things to look at. Up, please.
Yeah,
Up,
it
up,
takes you guys
please.
up. You guys make it to the fourth floor. That's fine. You guys are in the room now, in the top, with with Rictavio. But he looks different. He looks more not as elderly as he portrayed himself before.
What's he
It's like
wearing?
he's got like this. Let me actually pull it up here. I can actually probably search here. Where are you, my sir?
No, not up there.
Now he has kind of like more fanciful like duster. Um, looks more rugged than before. He's got like a nice kind of puffy colonial style like button up shirt that's kind of got a little bit of frills. Um, his glasses are on the table, but he's portraying a more experienced and it gives off that aura of like he's seen some shit and he's like, well, I guess now I should just tell you, considering what I heard through the grapevine at this point, that my name's Rudolph Van Richten.
Whoa.
And I got stuck here. Spent my whole life hunting vampires and beasts. And thought, why not kill the first? I find myself trapped here, and attempting to take down Strahd alone has proven to be a challenge. I'm sorry for pretending to be someone else when I met you, and I'm sorry to hear about your friend at the coffin maker's shop. Um, I know it's not easy. But to be honest, I see death from vampires all the time, so you just kind of get used to it. He's got like, there's mostly gray to white hair, but there's like, it's like a reverse salt and pepper look where it's mostly salt. um,
Oh yeah,
uh,
looking fresh.
he looks weathered, but he looks, you could just the experiences because you can see it on his face. Like he's a man with a plan. He's serious. Um, he's just putting off that aura that's just ooh shit. Kind of the same
Good day.
feeling that you got when you first met Thrud Henry.
Um, you're really Van Richten.
Yes. Um. I came here because my my road is coming to an end. Um, and I figured if there's one last thing I could do, it would be to take down the greatest vampire of them all. Um, I've been here for years. Um, it's a lot going on, but unfortunately, you can't stay here. I work alone.
What do you mean we can't stay here?
I'm make a persuasion check. Not a persuasion, a charisma check.
Just straight
You're not
charisma.
trying to yeah, you're not trying to persuade him. You're just having an open conversation. That's decent. He just kind of looks down. He's like, "I'm cursed. You can't. The longer you stay here, the more at risk you are. There's a reason why I picked this tower. Um,
Cursed in what way?
Can you not leave?
I can. Well, I can't leave Barovia, but I can leave this tower for sure.
Right. Nobody can
I've
leave
just-
Barovia apparently.
Everywhere I go,
People always know.
it seems basically, but it just seems as though death and destruction follow me. There is something that perhaps could aid you in your adventure better than I. I gotta take a quick, like, 5-minute break. If you guys want to riff, it shouldn't even be that long. I'll be back ASAP. I just gotta take care of this kid. He's driving me nuts.
Oh right.
Ah, yes. Recovering rabbits.
Yeah, dude. This homie,
You're
this
really
homie done
out
been
here.
shocked. He been on fire.
But we have our Magnus now, so everything's better.
I'm here. I
Oh,
wasn't able to say. I don't know if Tim said why I left or not,
100%.
but I messaged him. Yeah,
Rip.
I think this is like the second time I've ever gotten like the notification on my phone. It's like data limit warning because I have like set right before like my max, and I was like, oh no, it's
This
very
man out here.
expensive if I go over.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say this man a baller on a budget, homie. He's saving that cheddar.
Cheddar.
You are currently stuck outside.
Yeah, I guess you want to give me a
This shit is so funny.
highly detailed recap
100%.
everything that's happened this campaign so far.
I got this whole campaign. So we left. We left Valaki. We were able to make it out
Yeah.
without causing an issue. We headed northwest per your instruction, and we have found the fabled.
He's not in here yet.
We have found the fabled tower from the tarot reading. Where's my notes for it? The tower that sits on a lake. We were to seek the wizard that lives there, and he'll aid us in what we seek. So we have arrived at this tower. Luckily, Adon was able to remember back to that. We approached. There's a card outside, a very fancy one that had a sign and a lock on the back that said "Do not enter." Shriek asked Thrud if he could break the lock. He did so, and then opened the door, and then 100 vials tied together dropped out of it and exploded, dealing 42 damage to the entire party except for those that passed. You, Henry, and Shriek all went unconscious. You came back via your shit. Me and Shriek had to be saved. Luckily, Thrud was able to. He's able to stabilize me. Thank you. And you had given Shriek one of your concoctions to bring him back.
Not to be put lightly, but there was about a 4-inch by 4-inch piece of wood lodged into your head, Kane.
Yeah.
And so Adon, just so you know, he put his boot to your head and pulled it out.
Your face was essentially hamburger.
Yeah, I said your face looked like hamburger. But
wow.
within 6 to 10 seconds, your face started to kind of heal over, similarly to how the party encountered the battle with the vampires.
Yeah.
When Augustus went down. So
then we took a short rest. I got all my hit points back. So did Shriek. I went up to the door of the tower, knocked, and then took another 25 points of damage.
Yeah.
From
the tower, it lit up with electricity and just. So
I'm
been
right back where I started.
Eventful. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kane is currently standing outside of the tower, unfortunately.
Oh wait, no. Adon used Cure Wounds on Shriek. You gave me your concoction.
Yeah.
And now you are standing outside the tower. We have ascended the tower to see not Vasily, who used to
Van
be
Richten.
Rictavio, who is actually Rudolph Van Richten.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
I'll probably stay outside.
You can't enter.
You have no choice.
Oh,
He's
no
like,
one
I
invited
think
me.
I'll-
Nobody
I'll
invited
stay
you.
out.
They just fucking went off without you.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll probably stay outside anyway because I don't know how this guy feels about vampires.
instead of recognize he hasn't been invited, he's like, I'm just gonna stay out here, you know.
Yeah, I'll just call
You guys-
use
you guys are
telepathy
fine.
to like Thrud and be like, just a reminder, I am still out here, but it's okay.
Does Shriek know you have to be invited in? Does the party know you have to be invited in?
The party
Oh,
knows
yeah.
he's a vampire. Yeah. Oh yes, you weren't here for that. Sorry, there was
Yeah,
a lower
last
drop.
session I
Okay.
gave some big lore, big vampire facts.
So, hearing that, Shriek will send you a telepathic message that says, "Would you like to come in?"
I'm all right out here. Don't know if this individual will take well to my kind. Maybe just keep me updated. I'll make sure no one else nefarious is around.
I am currently on the first floor inside, but I am not visible at the moment. but at least the offer is there in case you need to come in.
Something that you know, Kane, that you probably would have said. When it comes to being invited in, it's weird, and
Does it have to be the owner? Or does it have...
it's kind of fluid. So if I invite JD into my house, he can invite you into my house because he is a guest.
Okay. Did the
They
party
are not guests
break
right
in?
now.
Yeah.
Essentially,
okay.
yes.
Oh no, we
So
be
that's-
in need.
Yeah, you guys can't yet. Like, you couldn't go to like an abandoned house, go in there, and then say, "Oh yeah, you can come in, Kane." It doesn't work that way.
Gotcha.
You have to be like that. At least that's how I'm ruling it for our world, because it only makes sense.
Right.
Because then anybody,
Okay.
then you could convince a human, right, to just walk in and say, "All right, come on in." It doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
That'd
just
be
a random
incredible.
stranger like, hey, can you go into this building and
Tell me to come
ask
in.
me to come in?
But
oh,
yes, so
very nice.
threads off to the bathroom, I presume. So
Oh, I got soup
he won't
on
miss
my,
much.
on my hoodie.
Okay. I'll just kind of like wander around outside and make sure there's nothing else.
You
I'll
take a
probably be
moment.
careful if there is that flask incident where we almost died.
Oh, one thing you did get is one of the things that blew out of the cart, and I'm doing this as a generosity, was a map of Barovia. That a portion of it was burned, but it was folded up, and Henry was able to kind of put out the fire in time. But this is the full expanded map with roads and everything, and places named. You are all, I'll draw on this here.
Yeah,
north,
to the top left.
west.
Okay, yeah.
Near Lake Baratok. But Van Richten continues. Wait a minute, where'd you guys go? Okay, I'll put your pogs up here because why not? I'm nice. So you guys know what's going on. Okay, cool. But Van Richten's like, I'm cursed. You can't. You really can't. You can't stay here. It's not safe. I've done a lot of.
Says who?
Look at you.
I
You're
would,
worse
but
than your
my
blue friend.
eye's pretty swollen.
Oh yeah, and part of Henry's ears totally just melted off and gone.
Oh no.
Like, just not great.
Yeah. Oh, you
But-
did cover me in some salve to help.
Yeah, you use your cup of alchemy to provide lotion to the
Okay.
team.
Oh, that's good.
So that came in handy. I was like, I was very happy about that. I was like, I did that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, he kind of he does kind of sit back in his chair and kind of he puts one foot up on the desk, and he's well, he puts both feet up there because he'd be like that.
You baller.
He's like, listen, I've been here for a long time. I've been attempting to make contact, and from a distance, mind you, and an alliance with the Raven kind that live here, that live in Vallaki. It's important that if there is to be an assault on Strahd and all that he is, it has to be done together, in conjunction. And we are, or I should say, I am so ill prepared at this moment. But I'm working on it. You are obviously not from this realm either. And something you do notice, and I don't know if you really picked up on it before, but he is a half-elf. Yes.
I should all. No, never mind.
And honestly, all of you guys, genuinely, all of you guys would be genuinely like, oh shit, this is Van Richten.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of like meeting the Rock. I would equate it with, like, he's written books. He is,
100%. We were
Yeah.
we were like privy to some of his stuff and read some of his stuff.
Yep. Sorry.
including a note. I'm pretty sure.
Yes. I just want to make sure that like it was really clear to you guys that like he is the deal, the real deal.
I wrote it. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it because I'm not streaming on Discord. I wrote it in my book. Lots of underlines.
I love it.
I showed the people at home. I don't think they saw it though.
It's all good. But he says, "Is there anything I can?" Well, I guess the real question is, why are you here?
Captain.
Thrud is just like comatose. He's like got dial-up going on.
I wonder if Shriek knows anything about the Raven people. We have a. Well, first, we were kind of convinced to come here, to Barovia. But now, oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say, how do we know we can trust him? But he's Rudolph Van Richten. We're on the way to meet some Lycan outside of the lake, or at least we're looking for them outside of Lake Baratok, I believe.
Well, if that's your role, they roam in the woods. There's a clearing to the west of this lake. I believe their den is in that area somewhere. But what is the reasoning for you searching them out? What do you hope to gain?
Well, we have an invitation from Strahd himself.
Get the fuck out of here.
We have an invitation to have dinner with this man, or this thing.
And he kind of starts stroking his chin, and he's like, "That's interesting."
We also have a
What is he
compatriot.
planning? A compatriot? What do you mean?
We have a compatriot downstairs that I honestly don't know, but he's a raven, kind of. He might know something about your raven folk.
Is he with the same faction, or what do you mean?
If I'm gonna be honest, we really don't know. He just kind of stumbled in with our group.
Well, I will say that I've made contact with Danica at the inn, and this stays between us. I mean, honestly, I don't really give a shit what anyone knows at this point.
She's hooked up on spice anyway.
Danica
I'll just look up at Thrud.
Danica and her husband, they're the leader of a pack of Ravenkind that are working on usurping the Strahd. 1 second.
Leaders of the Ravenkind. Oh man, Thrud must be fighting his demons.
Internal to external demon.
Internal to external.
Yes. Either he's fighting them or they're fighting him.
Oh,
Or escape.
he's for sure getting beat up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Well, how's the weather?
Oh,
Weather.
you know, weathery.
You guys have snow there?
Not right now. Well, at least not where me, Russell, and Tim are.
Or me?
Or oh yes, or JD, because you are home.
I'm home.
You am home.
Yeah, but I just like Tim was talking to me, and it's like sudden realization. I go back in like a week, so
How long have you
that's
been
fine.
there?
Been where
Where you currently are?
since like 3 weeks. Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. But
Yeah.
I only have like spring break, and that's the only time I'll be able to come home,
Oh,
which
yeah.
kind of sucks, but it'll be fine. It'll all be fine. Unless I
Everything
skip
fine.
classes, which may happen. It's a possibility.
Everything works out for us.
All will be well.
All
All
will
will
be
be well.
well.
Apparently not with Tim though, or Thread. Maybe Thread texted Tim to get some help. Oh,
What's
oh,
happening to
what
Thread
happened
right
to
now?
him?
I
I,
didn't
he's,
thread is invisible.
he's what do you call that? Expelling his demons with his
Yes.
oh,
Cast a spell. Sorry about that. Phoenix waddled down here. He's been sleeping in his own bed since Christmas, kind of, but he always comes down and I'm like, dude, you have to stay in your bed, dude. You have to go to bed. Okay. But I don't even know where the fuck I was. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
you were
I'm
about to
getting too
tell us
distracted.
something that would change the world forever.
Yeah. Well, he was talking about the Ravenkind, and you brought up Shriek, but Van Richten did say that he's made contact and he's still kind of working out his own plan. But oh yeah, he wanted to know why are you here in my tower? Why did you come here? You said you had some sort of tarot reading. What do you mean?
Well, we received a reading from Madame Eva. I don't know if you know who that is.
You can see his eyebrows descend into kind of like an irritated fervor.
She's with the Vistani, I believe.
Are you allied with them?
I don't think I'd say aligned.
They're the ones who kidnapped us and brought us here. So no.
Oh my god. Understandable.
But I do have to return there.
For what?
Apparently, well, I now have two sources. Her is one, and the other was a painting we saw in the burgomaster's house. Don't ask us how we saw it. But there's apparently a sword there that can help us.
What kind of sword?
I don't know. The sharp one, hopefully.
All right. So he stands up from his desk and he walks over, and there's this suit of armor um, that's kind of like sitting up against the wall, and he's like, perhaps you said you're heading to. Are you going to go have dinner with Strahd? That's the real question that I have for you.
I guess eventually, yeah.
All right. Well, where are we? Fourth floor. You're going to need some protection. There was something given to me by Danica and her husband. Wanted me to have it to use against Strahd, but perhaps with your crew, serve you better, at least give you some more protection if you do, in fact, go have this dinner with Strahd. Just a word of advice: don't get content if you go see him. It's an opportunity to learn everything you can. That tower holds a lot. Not the tower, this is my tower. That castle holds lots of mysteries. I've heard stories. I've even snuck in once, and it's just. I almost got caught, so I decided not to give it another shot. But there is a lot to that castle. There's a many a foul things within. But perhaps an opportunity to discover something new. He goes to the plate, the suit of armor, and he like pulls the dagger out of the hand, and the suit of armor like statue just kind of like slides to the side, and there's like a crack in the wall, and you kind of, as you guys are up there, you kind of notice he like reaches in this like this crack that looks like it was a natural crack, but then he like dug it out a bit, and he grabs like something wrapped in cloth, and he's since you were the first to arrive, Adon, and you look like the least damaged, he kind of just looks to you and he says, this is extremely important. It's a powerful relic. I'll tell you what it does. And he hands it to you. Do you take it?
It won't hurt me, will it?
Not unless you're undead.
I'll I'll kind of look at my arms and my hands. I think I'm good. I'll
All right.
grab it.
So you grab it, and do you like unwrap it from the cloth?
I'll kind of pull down a little bit, but not the whole thing.
You pull it down, and you notice there's like a corner of some design, and it's made of platinum. And as the kind of cloth kind of falls away, this is kind of what you see. There you go. Van Richten just kind of says, this is the holy symbol of Ravenkind. It's extremely useful, specifically against vampires. This has been here for as long as the Ravenkind have. Centuries. It's been lost away, but in the last year or so I discovered it hidden behind a waterfall. I know, ironic, right? There's a few things you can do with it. First of all, you need to take some time, and you need to I'm gonna put this in your inventory.
Yeah.
Henry, Adon, whatever the fuck your name is. Where are you? There you
One
are.
of you.
Trying to find the right window. Here we go. You can look over it, but I'll kind of glance over story-wise so that way people know what's going on. I haven't been able to use it myself. It seems as though it's only useful by a certain type of person. According to legend, and this is just what I heard from stories that Danica told me, this holy symbol was delivered to a paladin named Lugda by a giant raven, or an angel in the form of a giant raven. I don't really recall. Lugna used the holy symbol to root out and destroy nests of vampires until her death. The high priests of Ravenloft kept and wore the holy symbol after her passing. It was lost. It's very interesting. It's very old. I believe it predates any establishment of any kind of church here in Barovia, so it definitely has some power. Took some time to study it. I'm unable to use it. It does allow one to expend some of its power to hold vampires, to freeze them in their spot, paralyze them, if you will. It also has the ability to turn the undead, which is useful, depending on the circumstances. And probably the most important feature that this provides is the spell Sunlight, which, in case you were not aware, is extremely volatile to vampires. Probably one of their greatest weaknesses, so I'm unable to really utilize it, so perhaps it will, you can figure out a way to use this for yourselves.
That sounds like it would come in handy for sure. As Henry tries not to pass away.
No, when it says, when it talks about the type of person that it needs,
Mm-hmm.
is that either of good, or is it the first one or the second one of good? It's just worded kind of.
Oh, where is it?
Side note, Henry has been relaying all this information to Kane.
Fair enough. It needs to be a good alignment cleric or a good alignment paladin.
Okay.
So it requires attunement by a specific.
Right.
Essentially, someone who has a connection to the gods.
Mm.
Now, that's not like, while that does say that, I don't think that I think there's a gray area there in terms of who's able
how
to
gray?
utilize. Well, there's one person in your party who has consistently referred to gods and has a god they worship.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you think about that. You can figure that. You could figure that puzzle out next.
Yeah.
And it's very important for this campaign that alignments are a thing. So doing certain things is going to change your alignments. Just to let you know, we're still a little bit early in what's going on here. So just to kind of plant that seed in there again, because we're getting into this more meat and potatoes of stuff, and that's very key.
Mm-hmm.
But he just pats you on the shoulder and he says, well, good luck. About these werewolves, I do have something. I keep getting distracted. It's almost like there's a small child in this room. That keeps pestering me.
What the heck, man?
And from behind the desk, you see fur. And Spot jumps out of Thrud's backpack and is on his head right now and is like, and you see this massive tiger walk slowly out from behind, like a Bengal tiger from behind Van Richten's desk. And he's like, oh, don't worry, that's just sugar. Usually she's, well, when I travel, she's in the wagon. But she's fine as long as you don't get on my or her bad side. Like a full-on fucking tiger.
Uh, oh, okay.
It just leaps up onto his bed and just lays there and just kind of puts the paws under the head and just kind of closes eyes and just goes back to sleep somewhere a little bit more comfortable.
I'm sorry. What does that have to do with werewolves?
Oh, nothing. That's just she was wanted to go somewhere else. Don't you have a cat? Have you ever had a cat before? They're strange creatures. But about the I didn't want to forget that his tiger was up there with him. But uh, he goes back to his desk and sits down, and he's like, he kind of puts his elbows on the desks and puts his hand under his chin, and he's like, so about these werewolves. A couple of things that I think is important for you to know. If you're going to seek them out, be extremely careful. Do not just walk into their den if you find it. Um, you're going to want to somehow engage in conversation, and it's tough because there are dire wolves in the woods and there are werewolves in the woods in wolf form, so it's difficult to really tell who is who and what is what. They will assume any hostile action as a declaration of ill intent, so all I'm trying to say is please be extremely careful. It's going to be worse than the wagon out front. Their numbers are pretty deep, and from what I've gathered over the last few months, their alpha, Kirill, may have ties with Strahd. It's not 100% confirmed, but if you are planning on seeking them out, then just be careful what you say and just perhaps watch your tongue. If you have a plan to do anything ill against Strahd, perhaps keep it to yourself when you visit them.
I guess we were under the impression that werewolves and vampires were enemies.
In the material plane, I would say that's pretty accurate. But Strahd has an extreme influence over everything in this land. He believes everything is his, that every person, every child, every glass of wine belong to him, every soul. There's a reason why we cannot leave this place. The werewolves are but a thorn in his side at the time being. They are not powerful enough to even pose a minuscule threat against him. They've tried before, trust me. So for now, they're subservient, but that's just what I hear. Things may be different, I'm not sure. I'm not a werewolf. Thank God.
Well, Henry, anything? I think we best be going now.
Yeah, I'd like that. I mean,
Well,
not that I don't enjoy your company. It's like meeting a famous person. I mean, you are kind of famous, aren't you?
I mean, here, not so much.
Well, maybe not here, but in general.
Is there anywhere nearby we can stay for the night? It's getting late and we're.
Just stay in the first floor. The door to the building. And Kane, you've noticed shortly after the party went in, the door to the tower had closed on its own. Like maybe a minute or two after they left. So it's closed right now and you're on the outside. Ben Rickton says, the first floor is protected. Nothing's getting inside, trust me, unless they do some sort of kooky dance. So if you'd like to stay for the night, just stay as far away as you can from me. I'll stay on the fourth floor. It's better that way.
So you don't know the specifics of your curse. You just have a feeling.
Uh, I would want to say make a charisma check because it's kind of like a personal question. I don't want to like say persuasion. You're not trying to persuade me to do anything, so I would just say make a charisma check to see if like the conversation has gone in a direction where he feels like he can open up to you. Yeah, sure, why not? He kind of just looks down at the desk and doesn't even make eye contact. He's like, "The Vistani have cursed me. Those are around me. Um, I don't know the nature of the curse. But one thing you should know if you're not very well aware is the Vistani are extremely dangerous. They take years off their life to cast and lay curses on people. And let's just say I didn't think think something through before I was cursed, so I just tend to stick to myself for the time being. For the last year and a half, I should say. I got a little bit too nosy.
Noted.
And,
So
now I have to isolate myself.
so it is okay if all of our friends spend the night in your first floor, correct?
Say this again?
Right. It is okay for all of our friends to stay the night in your first floor, correct?
Of course. You are welcome here. Um,
I will also relay that to Kane.
mhm.
You're gonna relay like all of the stuff, or just
Yeah, everything.
okay?
He's like
Um,
picks up the phone and leaves it off the hook for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
In that case, if we're staying the night, can you ask him if he can come down and give me permission to enter?
Um. What should we call you? Just Rudolph?
nah, Van Richten is fine.
Van Richten. We have a we have a friend outside that is kind of weird about coming in places. Would you mind inviting him in?
Oh yeah. If he's outside, you can collect him. Tell him he's allowed to come in.
And I'll relay that. All right, no problem.
Will that count for like? I'll try to go in now and see if.
You got to do the dance, buddy boy.
Oh, the door's closed.
Yeah.
Oh. Um.
You do the dance. So Kane's out
Okay.
there in his lonesome and with the burning wagon behind him. And the door opens. Are you guys heading back downstairs? Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go downstairs.
Or do you have any other questions for Van Richten? One thing he does say is like, just make sure you tidy up the place before you leave. I'd prefer to stay alone for a while. I just need to think a few things over. Yeah. If you do need a place to stay in your travels and you're out this way in the future, And I'm not here or I am here. You can just hop in and you may use the space on the first floor as a resting place from the weather and the elements.
Appreciate that. Ugh. How do we get down?
Same way you got up. The lift is still there on the fourth floor. It's just there.
Okay.
But one thing I do want to mention that all three, well, I guess just you two, since Russell's indisposed. Do you want to roll perception checks for me?
Copy that. All of us up top?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You and Adon. You guys are just heading down now. Just like tell the elevator down. As you're heading down, there's a bookshelf on the wall that has books, tomes. There's like a human skull, like just not like a fresh one, but like an old one. Looks like just a decoration piece. But one thing that does catch your eye as you're kind of descending, there's a container on the shelf that contains a head, and it looks to be preserved in some sort of liquid. And as you descend, you're like, "What the fuck?" Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to tell you something. Shriek would not be able to cast invisibility.
He cast it when he was outside.
Actually, ooh. Fuck, I fucked a lot of this up. I'm gonna retcon it. I'm gonna retcon a lot because it's important. You are unable to communicate at all with Kane outside.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in that case, I won't be able to come in yet then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shriek
I'll
did
still be
cast it
just
before
hanging out.
coming in.
Would
Would it have dropped?
Let me just double check one more thing here. When he casted it on the outside, it still didn't work because you, well, I'll say this. He casted it, it worked, and he walked, and then when he got to about 5 feet away from the door, it drops. My apologies. At this point, you would kind of get the sense that there's some sort of anti-magic or spell drain that's going on in this tower that's preventing your usual forms of communications, the spells.
All right.
But it's not like a huge. No, it's not a huge breaker for anything, but just something that's important. It's an important part of the tower.
All right. I will hobble my way over to the lift, I guess.
Yep, you guys go down the lift. You go to the front door. It's closed. You can open it up to let Kane in, if so be it. You desire.
I'll open it up and I'll go to walk away.
Yeah. I don't think you can invite me in at all. So.
What? But I sent you a message.
Oh, I haven't gotten anything. I tried to communicate with a few of you, but I guess it didn't go through.
Strange.
How's it going? I assume you found someone then?
Yes.
If you stayed so long?
You remember Rictavio?
I don't think I really interacted with him much, but he's the circus guy, right?
That is correct. He's actually Rudolph van Richten. This is his tower. and he has invited you in.
Oh, excellent.
You
I'll try
have
to-
this semi feeling, Kane, of like, I want him dead.
Oh,
But it's not the Augustus side of you. It's the
yeah.
Kane side of you.
Okay. I'll table that for a second and be like, just start heading inside.
Yep.
Um, I guess if you want to fill me in on the stuff that happened.
So you guys
Right.
catch up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys like to do? It's later in the afternoon. I mean, you guys probably spent a good hour or so up talking to about various things on top of those important talking points, but offered you some little bits of food that he's preserved from hunting, things of that nature.
I'm just gonna lay down, try to focus enough to get rid of the dull pain that's just reverberating through my charred body.
Okay. Something
guess-
you have noticed as well. Oh, sorry, Kane, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna see if anyone else still needs healing. Because I know you said we had a short rest
Yes.
so far. So I'll kind of just go around everyone, kind of check in.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great.
I guess in that case, are you wanting some sort of healing or something else?
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're gonna stay here for the night, I think I'll be all right.
Like, oh, do I still have charges in my cup of alchemy?
Yes.
Okay, I could make some whiskey if you wanted that.
That would. I've never had whiskey. Excuse me.
Oh, it's quite something.
I might already be drunk.
All right, I'll start like pouring like almost like little shots into but they're like into fairly big flasks, so kind of weird looking.
You set your symbol on your cup and you go to pour, but nothing comes out.
Hmm.
And you're
Oh,
like,
it's
this is
probably
weird.
this dang tower doing weird things. Hmm. Well, here, step outside for a moment if you want some whiskey.
Oh God. All right.
Actually, I'll like step outside, pour it, and then come back in with the whiskey.
So,
I
yeah,
don't
because it's
think-
not magical whiskey.
Yeah, it shouldn't be okay. Well, there we go.
It's
And
real
I'll kind of
whiskey.
pass the flask around to anybody who wants some.
Is there anything else you guys want to do before you take your long rest?
No, I'm pretty set.
All right.
Uh,
Well,
Who got the amulet?
Adon has it.
Done. Okay. And I think I missed it. Did he say how to use it or who could use it? Or because he wasn't
Van
able to.
Richten said he wasn't able to use it, but kind of explained the properties to Adon that like a cleric or a paladin or somebody connected to the gods would be able to utilize its power.
Yeah.
Would be able to attune to it and understand how to utilize it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I was going to say if we can get it to work, we could possibly test it on me to make sure everything works. Maybe not the sunlight thing, because I can remember sunlight being a very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess.
Right. Can I just lay down for a little bit?
Yes, I think that's
That-
probably fair.
Yeah,
Lots
just-
of walking and exploding today.
Just lay down. I will find the safest corner of this room and just pass the hell out. Where the heck
Okay.
did we go? There we go.
Downstairs. You guys take a long rest for the night. The doors magically sealed shut. There are no windows in this room, so it's like it's basically pitch black. I assume at some point there's a torch being utilized or something like that. However, you guys get a nice long rest, and everybody gets to level up because you've acquired the symbol of Ravenkind. So y'all get to level up because you actually did something.
You actually did something for once, you bunch of losers.
Holy shit,
Almost TPK.
we did it. Dude, oh my god, I'm scared. So, if you guys want to look into that before next week, we can get that all squared away, but I think it's level 5, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nice. Not sure if that gets anybody anything, but hey.
I'm gonna check right now.
That's what I'm doing.
A level is a level.
I think I know at least one thing.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
extra attack, baby.
Do you?
Oh, that's very
I do.
good.
Nice.
I think I also get something from my subclass. Maybe I do not.
April.
Oh, I gotta look at D&D Beyond for that.
Where is it?
I don't think
yes,
anything happens
that's right.
until level 7 for that, actually.
Ooh. Yeah, that's very good. Adon and I are both, well, assuming Adon is also taking Artificer, we get subclass thing, and then, but we also get second level spells now.
Whoa!
Pretty neat.
Ooh, 5 chakra points. Let's go.
I guess trying to think. I don't think Adon has done any multi-class yet stuff, right?
No.
At least
Are we
not.
still live?
Yeah, we sure are.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Will this be the end of the session, my friend?
Yes.
My DM.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, very nice. Well, it was good to see you all again. Cannot
Happy New
wait
Year.
yes, happy of the newest
Yeah,
year.
Happy New Year.
For those Chinese New Year, I think it's the year of the rabbit. Is that right?
I don't know, is
I
it?
don't know off the top of my head.
It is the year of the rabbit. It's for Henry.
Look at that. Chinese New
This is-
Year. Oh,
this is
it's
Henry's
not
year.
until January 22nd. So when that comes around, Happy New Year. In 3 weeks.
Dang.
But until next time, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.